entered the Army in 1975. I was part of the 82nd Airborne Division. At that time, one of the premier units in the Army. But we were hollowed out. And there was no question about it. We had personnel shortages, fuel shortages, ammunition shortages. We had all of the problems that were indicative of a force that was not supported, as Ralph Peters explained, in the post-Vietnam era. And I lived through the Army as we rebuilt it, got our training doctrine under control, got additional funding, went to the all-volunteer force, and resulted in the Army that we have today. But I'm greatly concerned. Before I left my position as Commander of U.S. Army Pacific, we were already planning for the significant budget cuts that Secretary Gates had announced prior to his retirement from as Secretary of Defense. And our analysis at U.S. Army Pacific indicated that we were going to have to cut whole programs. And when I say programs, I mean the engagement programs that are so vital to staying engaged in a critical area like the Pacific region. Exchanges with countries, exercises, and other activities like that, we were going to be forced to cut or at least dramatically reduce those programs. Additionally, we were looking at how we were going to maintain the covenant that we have with our soldiers and our family members to provide them the best quality training, the best places to live, work, and play, and do all of that and to maintain this all-volunteer force. And I have to tell you, that was going to be extremely difficult under the cuts that were announced under Secretary Gates. These latest cuts and the potential disaster that could befall us if we had the cuts that have been proposed under the reduction committee, I think will be catastrophic. And I am deeply concerned, and that's one of the reasons as a recently retired military officer, I was glad to be invited to sit in on your panel and do whatever I can to at least make sure that the American people and our Congress know exactly what's going on. So let me just say something in closing. I would hope that everybody in the Defense Department, like I understood, we would have to make some reductions in our budget. But hopefully, there will be some announcements that will match ends, ways, and means to our national security policy, and will simply won't hollow out the force, provide money for other programs that are less essential of the national defense. And it's been reported on recently in several articles. The mere size of the re-equipping and the rebuilding of our major combat systems, our helicopters, our tanks, our Bradleys, and our other vehicles, as we begin to draw down and bring all that equipment, complete our missions in Iraq and Afghanistan, is going to be tremendous. That in and of itself, under the current budget constraints, causes me great concern that we're not going to be able to do that, not to mention the rest of the